Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 10th Cement Expo and the 5th Indian Cement Review Conference. The venue has shifted. For this event is a biennial. So when we say 10th Cement Expo, we can put 20 years behind this event. And last one, which was held in 2016, was in Mumbai. So we have moved across states and come here to Hyderabad, because it seems that the epicenter of demand for cement seems to have moved as well. Well, that doesn't mean that demand is not, taking whole of the country by storm. But I think what is likely to come ahead, the way our economy is currently moving in the direction, it seems that we need to prepare for additional capacity in time to come, because the demand, which has remained latent for the last 3-4 years in a sense, good policies with probably elections out of the way next year should get accelerated, and it will get accelerated because it is pent up. So I think we have seen real estate has been trailing. The policies of affordable housing have just about got going. We have infrastructure projects which have all seen detailed project feasibility reports, etc., of large mega infrastructure projects now reaching a maturity stage where execution possibly is going to be taking place next year. And we have seen the government finish it with its program of the demonetization and GST in a way that now it can spare the economy to really grow. So I think from all these conditions, if we have become mukt, let's say, everybody uses this word mukt for various political reasons. I would say mukt from the dragon effects of, people trying to throttle the economy. We are now perched to actually take off in the true sense. I think there has been a lot of debate on policy, and one thing is very clear: the agenda has to be development. Whichever party comes to power, whichever party takes precedent in any state, it's very clear that the mandate for any chief minister, any prime minister is development. So one thing I think the private sector can, take some relief from is that nobody is going to subvert this agenda. This used to, a couple of decades ago, this used to be another issue that would bother us and would worry us. But no more. At least that part is clear. Now, how fast we are going to move ahead nowadays also depends on the global scenario. And especially when the oil price or the currency moves in different directions, it tends to hold back a lot of spending and creates a lot of shyness of capital. We've seen that. I mean, till date, private investment was shy. Even though in the current regime of the current government, a lot of incentive has been placed before the private sector. I think the private sector has just about begun to move now. So the global scenario is going to play a role, but the global analysts are watching India's moves, and all the research reports predict that India's growth rate is going to be one of the fastest growing in the world. I was, as First Construction Council, we did a research report and we released it at the India Construction Festival in October, and we had an eminent economist from UK, Mr. Graham Robinson, who predicted that by 2030, India will be the third fastest growing construction market in the world, which even overtakes Japan. So obviously there are still 11 years to go for that, but as the run up to that year takes shape, we are likely to see new technologies, new efficiencies in production, in costs, in processes, again coming to the fore. We can already see that those such there is a McKinsey report which says that construction sector has been the slowest in adopting technology. And so there comes a time beyond which you can't keep this pace to this level, because the world has moved ahead and the demand and the needs have moved ahead. The real estate sector has realized that no more you can keep waiting for the projects to be delivered, because the ultimate buyer is going to be happy because the land prices are not moving up the way they used to. So now project execution and project delivery has become the most focal point in real estate. You can get credibility if you are delivering a project in time and delivering good quality. So the whole narrative has changed in real estate. And therefore, project delivery, project management, use of technology to deliver projects in time is now become the new mantra. And for that, obviously, one has to adopt technology, one has to be very aware of what is going to deliver these projects. So Cement Expo here was one such initiative that we have been doing for the past so many years. And Indian Cement Review magazine is obviously serving the industry for several years, over 3 decades now. And the objective is that the industry at the right time knows what is right to adopt and adapt to. And with the expansion and the demand at hand, it is only befitting that the industry takes best practices, because we are also poised to contribute greatly to the environment due to our commitment and the sustainability. And we have yet the paradoxical issue of increasing our capacity, because we are still low in the per capita consumption of cement. And therefore, while we will have to increase capacity, increase per capita consumption, we will also have to mind the environment. Therefore, technology again has a very critical role here. And so this conference is going to provide you the platform where experts will discuss these issues. First Construction Council is here to encourage best practices in construction in various fields. We brought out a report on quality of steel and the steel bars that are used in construction, which we released in October. And we found that nearly 18 out of the 26 brands that we tested in a government-approved laboratory failed to meet the basic standard of Bureau of Indian Standards. And that was quite a shocker to us and to everyone, because when we are trying to build a new India, we are especially the mega infrastructure projects, the affordable housing, ambitious project, we have to be concerned that these structures are going to live their lives as they have been mandated to. But in the last couple of years, we found that a whole lot of structures just toppled over without having completed their proper life cycle, which meant that there was something which was not meeting the eye, and there was something that was causing these structures to fail. We investigated and we found that there is an element of what we use, unless it is of the desired quality, things can fail. And this has, luckily, fortunately for us, the Ministry of Steel has taken this up very strongly. And I'm sure and I hope the standards of building material and steel, which is being supplied for road construction, for infrastructure projects, and for affordable housing and housing, will therefore alter to their defined quality. And similarly, I urge the industry leaders out here that we have to benchmark ourselves with the best, because we are not here as the second largest cement industry in the world for nothing. We have an opportunity to set new benchmarks. And with that in mind, we have our cement awards, which are scheduled for tomorrow. where we encourage the fastest growing cement companies, and we will detail out what procedure we follow, what process we follow for discovering these companies tomorrow. We are also going to be awarding the lifetime awardees tomorrow. So do make it a point to come, because all this encouragement is actually to urge the industry to set new benchmarks in the world of efficiency, of processes, of quality. Because if we are going to all contributing together to build a new India, let's make an India that's going to last several generations. With that, I again welcome all of you to the 10th Cement Expo Conference and Awards, and a very, very engaging day ahead. Thank you.